to win the championship, you are very good. Yeah.
Did you get along well off the track when the race was over? Did you talk to each other? Ever had a beer together?
We have a normal, good partner in the team. You know, yeah, of course. Sometimes you have to hide something. You know, like in I don't know what year was it, 86, 87. No, but here. I done all the dirty job for have the axle suspension work. When the thing was working, the team didn't let me use anymore. Things like that. But sometime I did a test in Portugal, and I found out to have use free differential was very good in the dirty circuit. The car don't get any understeer, you know. And I convinced they to put this free differential on the T car. And before the race, I chose for T car, and I knew it was much better. But in those times, we was competing.
And we were teammates.
Imagine we are competing each other.
Even though you were in the same team?
No, we are alone in the championship. And it was me and him. And like I said, we are competing in the same car.
There was no team play like today?
Huh?
Like today, one Ferrari driver helps the other Ferrari driver. That didn't help.
But it's more transparent now, because the thing is, the cars.
I mean, today, Nelson, I'm sorry, you're looking like today, like Massa lets Alonso go, so he has a chance.
It's not like that. It was a big difference in the championship. One is fighting for the championship. One is tens.
So you think it's okay?
Well, that's for sure. If it was me like this, for sure, let him buy to win, for the team win the championship. But we are different. We are fighting for each other in the championship, and nobody else could win the championship. Only we two. You know,
only you two were fighting for the championship.
And that's quite more difficult, no?
That's what you were saying, Nigel. More or less. Maybe.
Maybe.
Sorry. Well, who was?
It's just sometimes there's more challenges that come your way that you shouldn't have. Nelson's totally entitled to do what he wanted to do as a driver, but the engineers in the team should be more transparent, and there was a problem at times where an engineer would not tell the truth.
Did it bother you back then?
Well, I just think it wasn't very helpful, because I mean, I'm a racer. If you look at all my racing, and I won't mention other people's names, you know, not Nelson so much, but there's other great racing drivers who have won championships with crashing into people and that.
Oh yeah, we've never done that.
You know, we don't do that.
We never did.
No,
no championship we've done that.
no.
That's the truth.
And I think that's important, because, you know, I lost a couple of championships. I was runner-up 3 times. So I could have been world champion 4 times, and if I'd have
in a very close runner-up.
Well, if I'd have been a different driver in all those championships, you know, I could have won more championships. But the championships that I won, I did in a sportsman manner, and I'm really pleased and thrilled, and that's why I have the reputation worldwide that I have, and I'm very proud of that.
And today you're here together, 25 years for a publicity.
Alive.
Alive. You're alive. And you're racing each other again.
I can't wait to have him off the circuit, I tell you.
Another day, a journalist asked me, being honest, who was the best, you and Senna? I said, I'm alive.
Yeah.
That's harsh. Well, we'll take another short break, fazemos mais breve intervalo e voltamos para o último bloco de entrevista com Nelson Piquet e Nigel Mansell. Esse Linha de Chegada Entrevista volta já. Estamos de volta para o terceiro e último bloco desse Linha de Chegada Entrevista especial com Nelson Piquet, Nigel Mansell, que são reunidos aqui em Porto Alegre para uma campanha publicitária de uma grande montadora. You guys are racing against each other again. Is it just for fun?
Yeah, for fun.
I think we'll destroy some cars.
I hope destroy some cars. I hope they have lots of cars.
I hope so. Nelson, we were saying before that back then it was very hard to save tires, save gas, to know exactly if something was wrong with the car. This changed a lot. Being someone like you who understands the car so much, it was very important back then.
Oh yes, the development and help the design and to drive in those championships in the beginning of the 80s. It was very important to understand a lot about mechanics. Yeah.
That's something that made you so good also.
Helped me to win some championships, developing the BMW engines and after get a lot of information I bring from BMW to Honda, and it's helped a lot.
Nigel, today the driver can be just a driver. He doesn't need to understand the mechanics.
Yeah, I think the most amazing thing is if you speak to the teams, they have the system back at the factory that they're doing the simulator, and they'll call up the team who are just about to go qualifying, and they say change this spring, roll bar, and it will go 0.3 of a second a lap quicker. And they change it, and the driver gets in and goes quicker. But when we were doing it, we had to be the complete engineer, working with the engineers and the development, and we had to have great understanding and be very sympathetic to the car.
And how do you like the systems, KERS, DRS?
Well, it's very different. For me, I like to race the way we did years ago, because if a driver got an advantage, he could just creep past, and it was a great overtaking manoeuvre. Now, at the last, well, the race in Texas was incredible, wasn't it? Down the straight with the DRS. I remember seeing the Williams car being overtaken the straight before, and then you get on the next straight and the Williams just goes 20 miles an hour faster down the straight and overtakes again, and it's very different.
It's not natural.
Well, it is not exactly natural, yeah, but it's what it is, but it makes it exciting for the fans.
Making show business.
Yeah.
Do you like it, Nelson, the DRS, the KERS?
Wow. No.
Not in particular.
No.
Not really. And we were saying that the races today, like a track like Zeltwag, it's unthinkable today. It's very close. That the wall is very close. It's not safe today. Today, the escaping row is very large, very wide. You think it's unthinkable to have a track like you did?
No, I think some of the circuits we were privileged to race on were just fantastic. I mean, going round, I remember Indianapolis, my fastest ever qualifying lap I did was 233.75 miles an hour average. That's the average lap speed, 233 miles an hour. And the concrete wall is only from here to the wall away. So Nelson knows he did it as well. And it's a big thrill going through corners flat out in a Formula One car. The S-curve at Hockenheim before they put the chicane in, it was a terrible corner from the point of view if something broke or went wrong. But if you got the corner right and you went round there flat in a Formula One car, hanging on, when you came out the exit, you went like that, because it was a great achievement to be able to drive a car that quick around a corner that if something goes wrong, you're going to get really seriously hurt.
What's the best circuit today for you?
What's the best?
The best circuit, the best track today.
The best track for me, I'm biased, but the best track for me, for a combination of corners for me, still is Silverstone. Beckett's.
Slightly biased.
Yeah, a little bit, but I think the old Silverstone was the best because you, on qualifying tyres, which were sticky, you go through Beckett's, you go down Hanger Straight, and then you spent 5 to 6 seconds going down the straight going, oh shit, because Stowe comes up and you have to keep it flat, and you could go around Stowe flat and Club flat and round Abbey, and if you did that you'd get pole position, but it was the most incredible feeling, wasn't it?
Yeah. And also for you, the most challenging circuit ever?
Well, I didn't drive in Formula One, but I drove the Nürburgring, the long Nürburgring, and it's very exciting. I drove in quick cars there, but not in Formula One. But I didn't even imagine to drive in Formula One there. But in Formula One, old Interlagos was very good. It was very exciting. Zeltweg was very exciting, and Monza also I like very much. The quick circuits. I always like the quick circuits.
And today, is there a circuit you don't like, find boring, you don't care much for?
Well, I never liked the street circuit, like Monaco, Detroit, and this kind of circuit. I never liked very much. It's like to go on a push bike inside the apartment. But I like the quick ones.
Is it the same for you?
Yeah, no, I like big challenging corners which you have to hang on to the car and wrestle the car, and Again, without the power steering, because the cars now you can drive with one finger with a power steering, but the cars of old you had to really hang on to the cars, and the faster the corner for me, the better in some ways.
There are not so many races in Europe today as it used to do when you two used to race. Do you think Formula One is losing its identity, not racing so much in Europe? You don't mind going to
Formula One is running behind the money. It's they get more money outside. They go for everywhere. It's Formula One is old wise. And they go for the money.
It's the evolution, because obviously when I went across to the IndyCar racing, there was still the agreement that Formula One covered 2/3 of the world and IndyCar covered 1/3 of the world, so they didn't compete. That all went out the window years ago, and now Formula One competes all around the world, so it's global. Because winning the back-to-back world championships, I was the first racing driver to go global. There was countries in the world that didn't know who Michael Schumacher was, or any past world Formula One champion back in 92, 93, 94. And now that isn't the case, but then it was. So, it's just, as Nelson has said again, Formula One goes where it's wanted, and obviously whatever countries are willing to support Formula One in a very, very big way, then obviously it's very healthy for them to do that.
And you think it's all right? It's the
Well, Formula One is a pinnacle of motorsport worldwide. It's the most incredible business module, if you like, but it has changed. It is a lot more showbiz now to perhaps what it was, but you can't take it away. The Formula One circus, as they call it, which travels from one country to another, I mean, it's the most amazing thing to actually witness, that they can be racing in this country this week, like they were in Texas, and then the following week they're down here in Brazil finishing up the championship, and to achieve that, is just amazing accomplishment.
Nelson, do you think it's possible to cut back costs to make Formula One cheaper with keeping the best technology available?
No way. Well, Formula One is so much technology, so much development, and today the money the drivers make is so much money. You cannot make this thing cheap. It's so million persons watching it, the Formula One all over the world. It have to be expensive.
You think so too?
Well, I use the analogy, you can never determine when you're born, and some people when they're born at different times in different sports have an easier time than others. I mean, it's just like in golf when Tiger Woods was at the height of his career and everybody coming second to him. I mean, one can say the same thing in Formula One, but I don't think it will ever change. I think technology and the amount of money that the manufacturers want to push behind their products, and that's why I have to say, working on the other side of the fence with the FIA do a fantastic job considering what they have to police. Because technology being what it is, everyone's trying to get a little bit the edge on someone else, and so the FIA do a fantastic